Hello and welcome to the V Show. I am PA Patrick Austin. Y'all know, and so we're excited to bring in the new year. This 2022. I hope everybody's made it through safe. No issues as we move forward and into this new year, and hopefully some of these restrictions will come down soon. First off, before we get started, I want to say welcome and thank you for viewing today. And we want to thank our partners for their contributions and helping us continue to grow and keep going, because without them, none of this is possible. So we thank you to our partners. And in this special live edition of the V Show today, we have our head football coach, the man of the power hour, the top dog, all them other acronyms they throw in there. We got Coach Dancy, man. Coach, thank you for joining us today.
Appreciate it. Glad to be on.
Man, we thank you for blessing us with your time, because I know this is a busy time of the year.
Right.
Want to tap into a few topics, man, and we're going to just jump right at it and get into it. Your recruiting class, brother.
Yes, sir.
Dude, you do a lot with little, man. And I say it with a lot of pride. And you and your staff have done a fantastic job, brother. Let's talk a little bit about your recruiting class.
First of all, I just want to commend the staff on doing a phenomenal job during the course of the recruiting class. Coach Lucky, who handles recruiting, did a marvelous job in being able to reach out and find some talent, some very good talent. And I'm pleased to say that we signed 22 players right at the mid-year. At the signing class during mid-year. And those guys consist of a bunch of guys that's really long, big, physical guys. Kind of my philosophy, the Valley way. The guys that we need in order to be successful here in Mississippi Valley. So we did a great job at the signing class. Bringing in a lot of secondary guys that we needed. We lost quite a few on defense, so we wanted to replace and get longer and bigger in the secondary, but also get faster as well. So we like I said, we did a great job, man. I'm pleased to say that.
Man, with that recruiting class, I know they had one sneak out of there that everybody talked about. How do you pull the number one quarterback in junior colleges in the country and get them to come to Valley? Did you whisper something in their ear?
Oh man,
it's a lot of secrets. Look. Are you pulling a Jimbo Fisher with the NIL?
It's a lot of secret to get Jones out of EMCC. Very, very, very grateful to have him here. And right now he's actually on campus participating in our spring and workouts. But it just took a lot of persistency, being able to sell him on Mississippi Valley. Of course, he had a lot of people after coming out, but he wanted to remain here in state. And he wanted to play in this conference, one of the top conferences in FCS, and he wanted to be a part of it. So that was a blessing for us. Of course, we, over the last few years, we've been inconsistent at the quarterback position, so we wanted to make a upgrade at that position. Don't get me wrong. I think we have some talented quarterbacks that's here now, and of course they're gonna go through camp and prove themselves. Mm-hmm. But I think Jones just bring a duo effect, where he can run the ball and throw the ball and be consistent with that. So just proud to have him here.
And he's gonna have some fans here, being from the Jackson metro area.
Exactly.
Kids that don't follow them. I think that's gonna be fantastic.
Of course. Being from coming out of Northwest Rankin, one of a dominant high school in the region, in the state of Mississippi. He's gonna have a lot of fans that's gonna follow him here, and his mom is a proud supporter. So we just looking forward to it.
So with that being said, you got quarterbacks here on campus. Spring ball's coming up. Boy, that's a heck of a room, man.
It is, and we look forward to it.
What are you trying to accomplish coming out of spring ball this year? I know this time around, this is year 4 of your camp, correct?
Right.
Okay. In year 4, having some success last year, which is a fantastic thing. This year, going into spring ball, I'm only assuming that numbers would be one of the ones that's at the top of the list.
Exactly.
And also health.
Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about what spring ball looks like here, Val.
We just trying to continue to incorporate the offense. Of course, Coach Evans came in late last year in July. So of course we didn't get as far as we wanted to get with the offense, and of course you want to work on the basics, fundamentals and techniques going through the course of spring. Make sure you continue to preach the fundamentals and technique of the game, because you can never get enough of that. And also defensively wise, we want to make sure that we're better at tackling. Last year we was kind of poor at tackling, so we want to go through the course of this spring and really focus on being great tacklers on defense. And like I said, man, I'm proud. We got 73 guys on campus right now, the biggest team I've ever had here in the spring. So we looking forward to going out there and making sure that we being consistent and just going out there having a great spring with no injuries. You know, of course, I'm big on injuries right now because I want to have this team healthy for the fall. So I don't want to go out there and risk any injuries, but we gotta work on a lot of things, and we plan on solving a lot of problems and answering a lot of questions right now, so we know we can go into when it comes to recruiting after the spring.
Look, I'm finally getting real. My quote unquote detachment from coaching. I had Gladney reach out to me, man. You know, he was one of mine, and I love me some Gladney, man. But the thing is, look, your time is up, brother. And so this is gonna be, I want to say, because I call them super duper seniors. This will be one of the first times that I'll be out here where I'm not looking at college kids that I've actually dealt with as they come up through the ranks, man. So I'm excited to see how you transition into the new year. We are here to support you as always. The V Club is back behind you, you know, 110 with 10 toes in the ground and trying to raise you some funds. And we're thankful to the administration because they have you know, up some of the scholarship money to get you where you need to be. And then we do our part to continue that over the next 2-year period. It's going to reap benefits for everybody. And that's every sport on campus, because then we'll be qualified to go get some of those real games, and then we're gonna have to try to do what we can to keep you, brother. You can't leave us.
Nah, man, I'm here.
It's in you, man. Your parents, you got the heritage here. I know it's some blue in there, but you got the red got to be for the Valley red. You know what I'm saying? So
it is. And one more thing, and I like to, you know, thank the administration as well, you know, for their support, continuing support. Of course, I've been here going on my 7th year, and I can see the changes that has been made. So I want to really thank the administration for all their support and what they do, and also the V Club for you know, whatever I may need. You know, I just make that one phone call, and you guys are there, and you have been there for me, and a lot of great people. You know, a lot of great alumni chapters been there for me. Shockey County, LaFleur County. I can't name enough people who have been there for me throughout the course of these 7 years, but also actually now they've been there for me. So I'm thankful and grateful for you guys and your support.
And you know, as a part of that success and that support, you headed out to go view something in New Orleans, right or wrong.
It's a blessing, yes, sir.
We got people in All-Star games.
Oh my
now.
goodness, man!
I'm just saying.
You know, this year's been great. You know, had 6 guys to participate in All-Star games this year so far. We got 2 right now participating in the first ever HBCU Legacy game, and I mean, it's a big time game. It's going on in New Orleans Saturday at 4 o'clock. It will be streamed live on the NFL Network. So you guys check out Jeremiah Kane and my main man Jerry Gardner, who's been through it all with me, from a walk-on here at Mississippi Valley State to now could be a potentially draft pick here at Mississippi Valley State. So I'm so proud of those guys and the effort that they gave and everything that they have left here at Mississippi Valley State. You know, being graduates. You know, that's the biggest thing. You know, being able to graduate from your university and always be able to come back and give support and give, you know, and I preach that to these young men. Being a graduate is something that you should be proud of, because it goes back. It shows you where you came from, what type of home you come from, and they both come from great parents, and I'm appreciative of them of those young men.
Well, Coach, I appreciate your time, man. We ain't gonna hold you too long because I know you got to get to traveling, but we got a few supporters that want to chime in. We're going to start out. Is Brother Sisney available? Brother Sisney, you there, baby?
Hey, Coach, can you hear me? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
All right, Pat, you doing good?
Yes, sir, man. It's good to see you, brother.
Good always, man. Coach, man, I'm going to give you a shout-out, man, that you got my Love Valley State football team headed in the right direction in the win, and I just want to, man, congrats all the way.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
I got a couple questions I just want to, ask you about. Are you still looking to add to your current recruiting class, or did you address all your needs in this recruiting cycle?
Well, we still look like I said, we want to go through this spring. We want to go through this spring because right now we got some key pieces that came in, and we still want to add to what we have, because we still want to get longer and bigger. You know, we want to get longer and bigger, and we want to recruit not only for offense and defense, but but for special team purposes as well. So we're still looking to add to this class. We want to get bigger at the linebacker position. We want to add more depth at that position because that position alone make up most of the special teams. So we want to have some depth and get bigger at that position. But yeah, we still looking to recruit. We out there, man. We out there on the hunt as we speak. We always recruiting and we trying to find the best talent, but the best talent that fit here at Mississippi Valley State.
Oh, great. Okay, Coach. What about, do you have a freshman in this recruiting class that you think going to be a big impact to the team on the offense or the defensive side of the ball?
I think all of those young men are going to come in and compete hard and push each other. But I think Ghana Udo, who's out of Miami, Central High School, of course, they produce some great talent across the world, man. Those guys travel everywhere, and a lot of those guys go Power 5. He was a 3-star kid that we was able to get out of Miami at the last minute. A lot of things didn't fall in the right direction that he expected to, but we was right there to scoop him up. So I think he's going to come in and be a big participant in the backfield. Of course, you know, we got Caleb Johnson back there, but what a role model to have, you know, as a freshman to follow, you know, footprints to follow. So we expected some big things out of him. Javen Griffin out of Louisiana, he's a big-time offensive lineman that we was able to steal, a nasty kid, a kid that we like, that really has that valid weight, that valid mentality. So we expecting those guys to come in. Biggie Javian Jackson out of Kemper County over here in Mississippi, a big D tackle that we was able to get. So we expecting those guys to come in and learn right away. But we have depth at both of those positions, which is really good. So those young men don't have to come in and really stress to be that guy. They can really sit behind a guy and learn from him, and eventually, you know, throughout the course of this season, you know, maybe take a position.
Great.
And that's all. Thank you, Brother Sisney, for your time, man, and your question. You keep in touch, and shouts out to Sharky and Sequina.
Right. You know
it. All right. We got another that's been good to you, another supporter that wants to chime in. We got Miss Margaret Clark, El Presidente of the local chapter.
Oh, my goodness. Miss Clark.
The quick phone call.
Yes, ma'am.
How y'all doing?
Always get good to me. Always.
All right, don't make me blush here, Coach Dancer. But we do appreciate all that you have done for the university and for the football team. And I'm just going to make it short. I have 2 questions that I want to ask you. With the other schools showing off their facility upgrades on social media, what facility do you feel we need for MVSU football the most?
Ms. Clark, I think a sports enhancement center, something that, you know, at the end of the day, we can bring these young men in, but we got to develop them. We have to give them more in order to play this physical game. And I think they really need that strength and conditioning, that nutrition program, so they can be, so their bodies can change, so they can be different, so they be able to play the course of a 9-game stretch and won't have a lot of wear and tear on their bodies. I think a lot of people get it misconstrued. Recruiting is just one part of it, but when you get these guys on campus, they need more. They need more from the development side, you know. And when I mean development, of course, we can take them out there and get them ready, teach them technique and fundamentals, but they need the supplements. They need the nutrition. They need the weight room. They need all those things in order to be a great player, in order to fulfill their fantasies and their dreams. They need more when it comes to the sports nutrition.
Okay. All right. Good answer. Much needed. Second question. And I mentioned this earlier, that you have done an incredible job, and we do appreciate you for all that you have done. But,
thank you.
Well, outside of scholarships, what are a few immediate needs that you need for your program?
I can say right now, it will be making sure my offensive linemen are protected. You know, these knee braces have been one of the biggest components I've been screaming for a while. You know, we need to protect this offensive line, and I think these guys need, you know, the best equipment that they can to go out on this field. You know, from knee braces, you know, to more helmets, to things of that nature. You know, when we're talking about protecting these young men, so we we need nutrition station. You know, we need a nutrition station at the Devil's Den where these guys can come and get, you know, protein bars, snacks, in order to fulfill what they really what they've how can I say it? What they're missing from a workout. Of course, we take them through strenuous workouts throughout the course of a day, whether it's morning, afternoon, and they need the supplements in order to put the things back in them that they lost from those workouts. So, you know, having a nutrition station where they can have, you know, peanut butter and jelly, different protein bars, protein shakes, you know, so they can fulfill that craving, that hunger that they need throughout the course of the day.
Well, I ain't the smartest man in the world, but I do know that in order to get that lean body muscle mass, you need a gram of protein per pound.
Right.
When you at 220 pounds, getting 220 pounds of protein, grams of protein in a day can be tough.
It can be tough.
But that's what you need in order to transition to the next level. So,
Exactly.
man, that's a real big issue. And for the people that are listening, the knee braces for the O linemen, they get rolled up on. You know, a lot of the stuff they're doing, they're moving forward, and stuff is happening behind them. And it is protection, and you can't win with your best guys on the bench,
exactly,
you know, or in the
exactly.
tub.
Exactly.
So those are imperative, and we thank you for those questions, Miss Margaret, and it's so good to see you, and thank you for all that you do for the V Club too.
I appreciate you, Miss Clark.
Always.
And the NAA as well.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you all. I do have to leave, but
all right.
Thank you. With LeFleur County.
We got one more, man. Brother Robert Williams.
What's going on? What's going on? Greetings from the greater Washington County.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yes, sir. Got two questions. Well, first of all, I'd like to say, you know, much success, Coach Dancy and Pat for, you know, with the support with the V Club, and Coach Dancy for doing a great job. My first question is this: a couple guys you mentioned playing in the Legacy Bowl with defensive leaders like Jerry Garner, Jeremiah Kane, and Keontae Daniels moving on. Who are some of the returning players defensively that you guys will be looking to step in those shoes and continue that identity that Valley has for a tough, hard-nosed defense?
One guy comes to mind. He's a young man who's been here. He's from Monroe, Louisiana. He's been in this program, been starting since he was a freshman. He has 2 more years, and that's Deion Reed, our star middle linebacker. He may be little, but he packs a small punch, and he understands what I'm about. He understands what we want to do defensively. So that's one thing to come to mind. But also Ronnie Thomas. He's only been in the program for 2 years, but he had a chance to play in the spring. And he also had a standout a fall season, you know, being second team all conference. So we expected more out of him. Kenneth Martin, Antoine Howard. Antoine Howard's been here 3 years. So we got some pieces that we're going to look to help us, you know, defensively with losing such tremendous talent and great leaders this year.
All right. Question 2, you kind of alluded to it earlier when talking about the offense and Coach Evans. Toward the end of the season, the offense seemed to be a little bit more comfortable and put up more points under the new OC Coach Ken Evans. With the talent that you guys got returning and recruits coming in, what do you expect to be that next step in the development of the offense?
I mean, right now, you know, with 7 starters coming back to that offense, we look to go out in the spring and just develop the mentality of starting fast, first of all, but being more consistent. We want to be more consistent and efficient offensively. Like I said, you know, being you know, Coach Evans came in so late into the summer. He really didn't have a chance to get his installs in throughout summer. So we was installing throughout the whole month of August and September. So we look forward to having more being able to do more offensively, but being more consistent, especially when you have, you know, 7 returning starters. You're talking about a 3-year start on the offensive line like James Lofton. You got Jalen Jones. You got Rodney Luckett on the offensive line. Those 3 alone are guys that we look to, you know, we look forward for those guys to have phenomenal years, you know, phenomenal career. And then you got Caleb Johnson in the backfield. You got Ja'Cory Rankin out on the outside. You got Malik Myers who's coming back. You also have Jelani Eason. You know, he's a quarterback that I think many people hasn't respected. And I tell him that all the time, but you have to go out there and earn it and make them respect you. And so we looking for him to go out and compete for this quarterback job this spring, as well. Of course, we brought in a phenomenal quarterback, but we looking for all these guys, all 4 of them, to go out and compete and win the starting job. But I think that's the biggest thing, being able to create a mentality where we know we can score, we can start faster, but being more efficient and consistent on offense helps out a whole lot.
No doubt. We'll definitely be supporting you from the greater Washington County.
Man, I appreciate you.
Thank you, Brother Williams.
All right.
Man, Coach, thank you for the insight and the information, man.
Man, I appreciate you guys.
And for those that are moving forward, we appreciate you, Brother Williams. Have a good one. For those moving forward, this is kind of the format that we're going to switch to V Club to. When we want to kind of get to where coaches are in season, where it's more of a focus, coach focus centered show.
Right. And
so we can continue to have our viewers and they can continue to hear from the horse's mouth directly of the plans and the things and to address needs that they may have. I'm excited. One of the things that we're doing as far as the V Club is concerned and helping the university with the scholarship number, and look for this to be rolled out, is 1950 for 1950. All right. We're looking for 1,950 people that's willing to commit to $19.50 a month. It's no different than how Netflix started, SiriusXM. That's $234 annually. But if you can commit to $19.50, and if you got a family of 3 or a family of 5 like I got, even with the little ones, we go to Subway, we're going to spend over $19. Exactly. So, but what the goal in mind of that is for 1950 for 1950 is this. With 1,950 people giving $19.50 on a monthly basis equates to us having over $450,000 available for scholarships. It's 100% scholarship. So by the time you pay your PayPal fees and your operating costs and the whole 9, you're talking about to influx our university athletic department with over $415,000 on an annual basis. And that can be done. And just imagine what that could do. That's going to fully fund you where all your kids get what they need.
Exactly.
And once that 3rd year hit, that's going to take care of everybody else on campus. So we're working through the process now of putting people in pods. You'll be tied with soccer. So you and the soccer team, y'all going to try to drive y'all number up.
Okay.
Softball and baseball will try to drive their number up. And the whole goal is to get us to where we got 1,950 people willing to do $19.50 a month. You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
Men and women track,
right,
tennis, softball. We're going to put them in pods and we're going to compete against each other. And then V Club board's got to vote on it, but it'll be some kind of prize at the end for the people who can get the most to give. And so, Coach, once again, I know you're getting ready to travel. We thank you for your time. I thank you for our partners for allowing us to do the show and helping us to continue to do the show. That MVSU NAA has been fantastic for us, man. And thank you to our administration as well. This is all I have. This is all we got on PA. We signing off. Thank you, Coach, once again, and safe travels, brother.
Again, I appreciate you all for your support, and I look forward to seeing you all live on the V Show at least once a week. And that's the plan. That's the goal.
Yeah. We'll see you. Y'all take care.